But I mean, we actually decided to choose Korea, South Korea of all places.
요즘 유럽에서 군사력 강화에 막대한 자금을 투입하고 있는 국가 중 한 곳은 바로 폴란드입니다. 얼마 전에는 한국과 관련된 소식도 들려왔는데요. 수출한 K2 전차, K9 자주포 1차 물량이 폴란드에 도착한 날 대통령이 바르샤바에서 항구 부두에까지 직접 나가 환영식을 했다는 소식이었죠. 보통 통수권자인 대통령은 무기 체계가 본격적으로 전력화됐을 때 행사에 참여할 뿐 이와 같은 일이 전 세계적으로도 이례적이라고 하는데요. 이를 두고 외신은 폴란드가 한국 무기를 얼마나 기다렸는지 보여주는 단면이라는 분석을 내놓기도 했죠. 이처럼 요즘 한국과 폴란드는 초유의 대규모 무기 거래를 통해 운명 공동체가 돼가고 있는 상황입니다. 한국이 폴란드에 수출 계약을 한 무기 규모만 해도 무려 34조 9천억 원에 달한다고 하는데요. 여기에 탄약이나 각종 지원 장비를 더하면 50조 원 이상이 될 것이라 점쳐지고 있죠. 이런 상황에서 폴란드의 영어방송인 TVP에서 이를 주제로 특별한 인터뷰를 진행했습니다. 방송에는 국방부 순회이자 폴란드군의 대령이 나와 폴란드가 왜 한국 무기를 선택했는지 설명했는데요. 영상으로 보여드리겠습니다.
Following the unjustified Russian aggression on Ukraine, countries on NATO's eastern flank started to take additional steps to boost their defenses. To discuss what these could entail, I am joined here today by Colonel Michał Marciniak, Director of Poland's Special Armament Programs in Ministry of National Defense. Hello and welcome, sir. Very glad to have you with me.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So today, Polish Minister of Defense Mariusz Błaszczak signed a new contract to acquire a new type of weapon. Could you shed some light on what these are?
This is the quite sophisticated artillery system, especially connected with precision strike and long range. It's something new in Polish armed forces. It's quite. We could compare this system to the very famous HIMARS system. It's the same technology.
Okay, so 288 of these Trunmo. So, how they're going to be used in a sense? I mean, do we need this many? Maybe we need more? How do you view this?
The plans for this type of ammunition is to have more than 500 of such type of the launchers. Because of the capacity for the production of the HIMARS system, Polish MOD has decided to divide it into the Korean equipment and American equipment as well. So our plans is to buy, as I mentioned, 500 launchers, such type. As I mentioned, this is some equipment which could be used for the precision strike. It's dedicated targets to launch missiles from the range 80 to almost 300 kilometers.
Okay, so what is on our sort of to-buy list moving forward?
The list of wishes is quite long. But right now we are taking some experience from the Ukrainian conflict, and as we can see, the most important thing is the most important weapon is artillery, especially long range, and this is like the Chunmo launchers and the missiles is to engage the command control centers on our enemy's side. So it's not like from the Second World War that we need to send so many missiles somewhere. This is quite precision missiles which can hit the target with the tolerance of a couple meters only.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, we actually decided to choose Korea, South Korea of all places. Why this country? I mean, why their equipment?
First of all, Korea has quite good experience, quite good and very advanced equipment. So this is the first reason, and this equipment is very similar to the NATO requirements, even if South Korea is not in the NATO member. This is the first reason. The second one is that the time of deliveries. Usually it's not that we can go to the shop with armament and buy some of them. From the contract signature to the first deliveries, especially for the quite complicated systems, it takes 3 to 5 years. As you know, we cannot wait so long. So that was the decision to look for the other market than the European or the American market for the acquisition of the equipment, of the armament systems.
Right. What about the tanks that Poland has bought recently? Because from what I gathered, the Polish army is already training on how to use them. When will they arrive in the country?
Yes, we are talking about K2 Black Panther tanks, and right now, today was the celebration of the rollout of the first 10 tanks, which will be delivered this year to the Polish Armed Forces, as well as first 24 K9 howitzers, which will be delivered as well. So the K2 tanks will be the main battle tank in the Polish Armed Forces, together with Abrams. But because of the performance of these tanks, both types will be used in by the different brigades.
What are the differences between them?
Especially with the weight of the tank. So the Abrams is a little bit heavier. And K2, because of the weight, can be used in the different part of Poland.
Okay, so meaning a different kind of terrain, but I wonder what kind of terrain.
Yeah, if you can imagine that we have a lot of mud somewhere, and the lakes, rivers. So to cross such type of the terrain, it's much better to use a little bit lighter equipment. And for the heavy and more concrete terrain, you can use heavier ones. But of course, it depends on the tactics.
All right. So do you think that, because from what I noticed over the years, Poland has been gradually building its arsenal and was trying to strengthen its defense systems. But I think the war in Ukraine was this crucial moment, the outbreak of the war, that we decided to sort of intensify these efforts, right? To what extent is it correlated with the war in Ukraine, and to what extent it's just sort of regular building up of the arsenal?
The modernization plan was created a couple years ago. So it's the existing conflict in Ukraine just forced us to adjust our plans.
Okay, and so when is the closing date for all of these different kinds of equipment to arrive in Poland? Perhaps we'll be able to see them in Drawsko-Pomorskie and some other during some training activities. What date shall we expect?
I would say that the modernization of the Polish Armed Forces is the constant. It's not that we have deadline that all equipment should be delivered, because even if we deliver 1,000 tanks, it means that the next generation will be modified. During next couple of years, I wouldn't like to talk about the exact numbers, but during next couple of years, and I'm talking about the really near future, we will receive a lot of equipment.
Great, exciting times ahead. Thank you so much for your time.